Good day, this is Calvin, Professor C here. So today we are going to look at part 2 of how to choose the right mortgage brokerage for yourself, for your career. And if you're a new agent, this is probably one of the most common questions that you want the answer for. So previously, about 2 weeks ago, I have released the part 1 of this video, and if you want to watch it back, click the link somewhere there, or at the end of the video, I will give it to you at the end of the video. That there will be a link there. But let's go to part 2 of this series, how to choose the right mortgage brokerage yourself. So let's look at the screen once again. I have typed the notes on Medium for this video. So if you want, you can go to mortgagehackercanada.medium.com to read about it. Okay. So let's continue on from where we left last time. So last time, let me do a recap of what we have been talking about. We have spoke about that, when you are a new agent after you pass the license, pass the exam, right? You need to find a mortgage brokerage to, get hired and get licensed, right? And when you go to look for the right mortgage brokerage, right? Last time we spoke about, the office culture is very important. You should know about it. If they are a morning person, but you are a night owl, something like that, that maybe doesn't fit, right? And then the variety of lenders that your brokerage offer. A lot of mortgage brokerage offer, access to a lot of lenders, but do they offer the lenders that fit your niche, fit your niche client, right? So you have to talk about that. And then lastly, last time we spoke about the technology that they provide. Like, do they give you, access to a professional photocopier, scanner, and all that, right? So this time, there are some other points that I think are even more important, right? And the first one is training. So for a new agent, training is almost the most important thing that you need to consider when you consider the right brokerage, right? What kind of training do they provide you? Do they provide you with like a one-on-one training, a mentorship? What do they give you? A group meeting, a monthly meeting, and all that, right? Or do they give you just a guideline, the handbook, like the guideline, the handbook, and just ask you to read the manual called the BDM, right? Those may be not sufficient enough, I think, right? And so the training is very, very important. So you must consider that, when you go in there, you ask them what kind of training do they provide to you. That's important. Next one that I think a lot of you would think would be the most important, but to me, I don't think is the most important factor, is the fee and the spread. So, a lot of the agent would call and say, hey, what kind of fee do you charge? Do you charge a desk fee? Do you charge a marketing fee? Obviously, especially for a new agent, fee is important because, you're not making any money yet, but you most likely will have to pay a couple of months of fee before you get anything in return. So yes, it is important, but again, it is not the most important. That's what I mean, right? So generally speaking, I would say the fee for a whole year is almost equivalent to one, like the income for one deal, right? So if you are not planning to do one deal in that year, well, then forget about that. But if you are really planning to treat this as your career, I mean, yeah, there is a difference, but you know what? It's not the most important thing. Usually one deal would cover your expense for the year, right? And another factor that is related to fee would be the split, right? Some brokerage would split like 50-50, 70-30, 75-25. The income that you make, you have to split some of it with the brokerage, and that's the whole reason why they open the brokerage, because they are a for-profit organization too. They are a business. They need to make some money. So you need to pay them some commission out of what you're making. But that one, I would say, is important later on in your career. At the beginning, because you're not making like a lot of money, you're not making $500,000, you're not doing like 200 deals a year. That split, yes, is important, but in terms of percentage, but in terms of real money, it's not that big of a difference for your first year or first year and a half. So I wouldn't consider that as the most important factor when you choose the mortgage brokerage to join, right? I would rather have good training, good culture, and all that. Okay. Lastly, but not least, is the branding, because obviously nowadays there are a lot of talks about personal branding. It's not about the brokerage, it's all about Calvin, it's all about you. But to be honest, the image of the company that you are in does give you some advantage, right? And that's the whole reason why Tim Horton is better than like an independent coffee shop. Maybe people don't know whether the coffee shop, the independent coffee shop, the coffee is good or bad. But at least if they see that that's Tim Horton, they know how it tastes, right? And that's why all the big brand name pay so much money to advertise, to give the branding, the customer to know their brand, right? Advertise their brand, promote their brand, right? So those are three other factors that I think is very important when you consider the right mortgage brokerage to join. Okay, so I hope that helps you and a lot of you, and give you some idea how to choose the correct mortgage brokerage to join. And if you like this, and if you like my other videos, please subscribe to this channel, like this video. I do have, as you see on the screen, I do have a bi-monthly live workshop that I teach, some hands-on actionable workshop that can help you move from a new mortgage agent to a mortgage superstar. And otherwise, you can also take a look at my book on Amazon. And we also have a membership program that we will meet live weekly to talk about some Q&A, talk about some trends, talk about some question that you might have, and that's also hosted by myself. Okay, so it's all on the website, it's all on the screen, it's all on the description. If you need to know more, just go there, and I will see you next week.